What's going on out there in YouTube land? This is Jim George Baker, also known as the Anime Recruiter. And yeah, I'm sick. I'm sick of being sick. Yeah, coughing. I'm sick. But anyway, yeah, I haven't been doing any YouTube videos. Doing, and thinking and saying a bunch of old dumb stuff. I'm doing, thinking, saying a whole bunch of dumb stuff. And that don't really mean nothing. And playing Naruto. The Storm 3 game. Playing that. Don't mean nothing, Just to, Could be doing YouTube videos, but I'm too busy doing, saying, thinking stupid crap. But, hey, I'm doing one now, am I? Am I not? But anyway, I think it's time for a generic anime discussion. I only did one for this channel, so I'm going to just, do another generic anime discussion. And pretty much this is going to be about people who like anime. Well, if I think that's an interesting topic to talk about. Well, it's just generic. I mean, it's nothing, nothing that no one else has talked about. But anyway, my thing is when it comes to people who like anime, I just, it depends on what kind of person they are, whether they like, a certain type of, there's a certain thing that they like about anime. Me, I'm kind of the guy who just, I watch what I watch as far as the genres. Like, yeah, I do have my favorite genres, and I do have my favorite genres, and I do have my least favorite genres. But overall, I feel like I can pretty much watch almost any kind of anime. Almost any kind of anime, no matter what it is. If it's got a good story, good characters, I can watch. I can be able to watch it. But I mean, like I said, it doesn't really matter what series it is, as long as But there are some things that I just don't like. But I don't want to get too much into that. But yeah, I just think it just depends on what they like. Cause some people like shonen, and some people like seinen, and some people like romantic, and some people like they watch anime for the fan service. They watch it because they just want to they want to be able to put themselves into the character's shoes. And if they can find a series that they can be able to put themselves into a character's shoes, then that's one of the shows that that they're going to gravitate towards. Or they just like a good story as far as the plot and the twists and turns and surprises and the mind screw ups. You can mind screwed in your head. Those kind of shows. People like those psychological kind of series as far as anime. But that's my whole take on it, really. But you know what? Another thing I do want to talk about is like how do people even really get into anime? Like, especially now. How do you really get into anime? Especially now. There's a reason why people consider the anime to be, I guess, a niche market, if that's the correct word for it, or term or whatever. But, I mean, you got Toonami, but other than that, But lucky for me, I feel like I did, was exposed enough to it to realize that this is a pretty cool thing. I was exposed to it enough but unfortunately not enough people are, most people are not exposed, especially Americans. They're not exposed to it enough to be like, oh, this can be a really cool thing. But I do want to talk about, going back to what I was trying to hint at before about, how I got into it. I guess just get people to get to know me better. I actually talked about this a little bit in the comment section on one of GT the King's videos. Shout outs to him. But the thing that got me into anime Well, actually, you know what? I think it's just the anime that was on TV. That's what got me into anime, being pretty much. But the first thing that got me to like the first series that I watched that I didn't know was anime. It was Speed Racer. Yeah, I remember watching that when I was like in like diapers or something like that. Like when I was like 8 or something like that. Um, I will always say Speed Racer was the first series I ever watched, and then you had series like G Force and Voltron and and there was those other little series like that. Um, yeah, those pretty much the ones I can really think of off the top of my head. But I mean, I guess I did watch a little Gigantor. I think I watched a little bit of that. I don't know. I can't remember quite if I watched that when I was young. I don't know. I can't remember. But but that was me again. That was me when I was like, I guess in diapers or when I was 8. And then going into middle school, I was watching shows like Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, and Sailor Moon, Yu Yu Hakusho. Watched a little bit of not Trigon, but I think I watched a little. I think a couple episodes I watched of Trigon, but I did watch quite a bit of Outlaw Star. Did watch quite a bit of that. Um, but I did watch a lot of those shows. But by then, by middle school, I realized that those were Japanese cartoons. Those weren't American cartoons. Those were Japanese cartoons. And not just those shows, but I think I watched a little of Read or Die, the OVA series. I watched a little of that. I watched that one show. What was that show called? What was that one show called? I forgot that one show. Armitage the Third, I think that's what it was called. I watched a little of that, and there was just there's other little shows I also watched. But I think by high school, I just kind of just dropped it. I would, that's the thing. I kind of dropped it, but because I wouldn't really talk about stuff like that to other people, because I figure cartoons was just for kids and that's for either you're a weirdo who didn't grow up, or you were just a little kid who didn't want to grow up, or whatever. You were just a weirdo or a little kid, or someone who's trying to act like a little kid. That's not again that's not what the cool people do, or that's not what the girls like. What girl likes that kind of stuff? What cool dude like that? That's not for for the cool people who's trying to get at girls. That's my mentality back in high school. I mean, but then again, when it did come on, if I was lucky enough to flip through the channels at the right time, then that's when I'd be like, oh yeah, this is some good stuff. But that wasn't something I would talk about. It was, and that's how it was with me and anime for most of my life. If I was lucky enough to flip through the channels at the right moment and catch a good series that I really enjoyed, that's how I watch anime. Really, no one really taught me. No one really told me, oh, if you go on here at this time, you'll be able to watch this show. No one did that. I had to literally just the luck of the draw, just having to pop up a channel at the right time that showed anime. So, but I think mine, when I was 23, kind of, I had my. By the time I was 23, I had quite a bit of, I guess, character development by the time I was 23. So at that time, I was, doing a lot of soul searching, and I realized that that this is something I would really like to get into. Like this is, I mean, I was like, dang, this is something I would really like to get into. Like how come I can't watch? Where are all these these weird Japanese cartoons that are fun to watch? Where are these cartoons at? And then I started trying to figure, asking questions to my mom, like, like where are these cartoons that I barely ever be able to get to watch, So then I was like, I mean, is there an anime channel? I mean, because if there's is there some kind of anime channel that I can watch? But then something happened. Something amazing happened. My mom decided to give me a Roku for Christmas, for Christmas. And this is like late 2011. And but yeah, once I got that Roku, it was like that to me. If you would really ask me what was my gateway to anime, it was that darn Roku box. That's what got me to anime. I mean, that's me though. That's I mean, the shows that I did watch on TV, that I was lucky enough to watch on TV, it gave me enough exposure to want to be like, dang, I want to watch more of this stuff. But I think it was the Roku that was the gateway to anime. And then I was so in love with the Roku that I decided to do as much research on it as possible. And then that's when it led me to YouTube. And then even when I was on YouTube, I was, going around talking about the Roku, watching YouTube videos about the Roku. And then one day I decided to type in people who like anime. And then that's when I finally got introduced to the YouTube anime community. The first video I ever watched was, wow. I done forgot the man's name. Oh yeah, Esper Review, yeah. I don't know how I forget that guy's name. I mean, come on. But yeah, that was the first video I ever watched. I think the title was Black People Don't Like Anime. It was some title like that. But yeah, that was the first time I was being introduced to the community, the YouTube anime community. And I guess from then on, my life was forever changed, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much, I guess a brief, description of how exactly I got into anime. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be making more videos. Hopefully I'll be doing some more reviews, some more manga talk videos as well. Because I need to get into that more. So yeah, put down in the comments what y'all thought about this video. What got you? What got you in the anime? So yeah, what got you in the anime? Because there's a lot of stuff. Maybe we can have sort of a conversation about exactly what because this is just a brief description of how I got into anime. So I don't know, but that should But yeah, this is Jim George Baker, also known as the Anime Recruiter, and peace.